All right, all right. What's going on, guys? It's Thursday, January 26th, 2023. And my apologies for being late today. I was having a really difficult time getting logged in. Um, so I was like logged in. Hang on. There we go. So I was logged in to my streaming service, but uh every time that I would go to connect it to my YouTube channel in order to actually like set up the stream, I kept getting these like Google HTTP 500 errors was what it was saying that it was getting. Either way, it took us like 15 minutes and about 5 tries in order to actually get logged in here. But it would just load for like a really long time and not do anything. So my apologies for being a little bit late today. Sometimes it just happens. You never know when you're gonna deal with a tech glitch like that. But here we are. Market's kind of ripping. I saw that it was ripping last night after the stream, and it's funny because I didn't really want to get off of trading yesterday, but I felt like I had decision fatigue, and that was why I decided to walk away yesterday. So I think being like having that awareness to know that like even though the market's still ripping, you yourself might be done for the day. That's how I felt yesterday. So I decided to walk away, and I think it was the right decision, even though it continued to rip. And we ripped all the way up until this morning, until the open, where we did have some pullback. But you can see like this was where's yesterday? This was pretty much all yesterday. Yep, that was where we traded. We traded like through this area. And then this was where we decided to end yesterday. It was about like when it was like right here. But I really felt like it was going to continue to do this run up. And I was like, I just don't need to be trading anymore. So here we are. We've gotten well above the 4,000s. Seems to be the new S&P's like just home now. Even with everything that's going on with the economy, still seems like this is its new home. Volume size is kind of all over the board. We've got some candles that are 7,500, some that are 5,500, some that are 4,000, some that are 3,000. But then we also have some that are really low, like that are like 2,200. The volume's not terrible. We do have a resistance there, a little resistance right there. We've got some support down here. It looks to also be a spot. Okay. All right. We did quite well in our evaluation yesterday and just in trading in general. So yeah, thank you so much for the new subscribers, guys. We are growing and we're growing pretty fast now. We're starting to get 6-7 people subscribing a day. I would love to see you guys join our Discord community. Love to have you guys in there. It is good. One and done is perfectly fine. One good trade a day keeps the balance going right. All right, so we have a possible crossover inbound on the 1226. I'm not like jumping on any of these moves, even though this is like red to yellow. 6.3 to 6.0, 5.9 to 5.4 on the current. Moving at about a half a point in momentum. Nothing to like really be super stoked about, but also like, seems reasonable. We did get a 5,200 crossover to the downside. So that may give us some bearish move here in the near future. Obviously, we did get this drop down here. We are getting a little micro pop with this little TCM yellow type move. I may look for like scalps right now. Let's see if there's an entry maybe off the 12 EMA at like 47.5 right here. Got the entry at 47.5. Got the exit 48.25, and that's looking good. So from 5.9 to 5.2 to 4.6, now we're starting to get some decent momentum showing up on the TTM. We're up 150 bucks on our first trade of the day. I think it's right that we stick with about 3 ticks. I think that seems kind of right for right now. Oops. I'm gonna make this be a little bit more visible. It's like huge. I'm gonna put this on 3 ticks. That's 8, not 3. There's 3. I wish I could order these, man. It really annoys me that I can't. I can go like this. Well, that's just settings. And this just allows me to just adjust them. And then this is our 100K account. Boom. Getting some leveling off in the TTM towards the downside. This honestly looks like it has the potential to continue to drop. But where it's at, it also looks like it has the potential to get support. As you can see, kind of like right in this spot right here, right at 45. There's basically support all throughout this. That's 42. So if we're going long, we'd want to see this act as a 3-minute pullback and then kind of bounce off that. It's not doing that. It's breaking down through 45. So unless this gets buying pressure, bring it back up to 45, we're probably looking at a short. 4.9 to 4.7 to 4.4 on the TTM toward the upside. There's that upwick back that I was saying that I had to push back up to 45. And we have 20 seconds or so left in this candle. So I'm not jumping into anything just yet. We're kind of at a in between a support and resistance zone right here. We're on the 45 support, but it could very easily go down. 3-minute chart showing some cooling on the TTM as well. From 2.7 to 0.1 to 1.7 off the last few candles. So a lot of likelihood of dropping, especially with that 5200 cross on the 1-minute chart. In fact, I might take a short, potentially off of 45. And oh, it's just dropping anyway. Dang. Goes a little too optimistic there for my entry point. Yeah, it looks like we're definitely going towards the short side of things. With that 5200 cross on the 1-minute chart, that's pretty much what I was thinking. Big drop there. Might get some drop fills here. Let's look at another 3-tick short. Now we're up 300 on the paper side. What's up, Kevin? Good to see you, my man. Please make sure you like and subscribe. Ring that bell for notifications. We're almost at 300 subs. Ooh, big jump. Big drop. Let's jump here to the eval. See if there's a op here. This might fill up really fast. What's this volume looking like? Huge. Almost 12,000 contracts. I tried to take a short right there on the eval. I actually don't know if I want to do this just yet. I want it like right there. Tried to get on 33. I'm short 33.
Order filled.
Before I move down to 32 and a quarter. It's kind of filling back up a little bit.
Order filled.
All right, so we got that on the 100K account. That's 66 in your pocket. We're up 458 on the 100K account. After a big drop like this, like I'm always hesitant that it's just gonna fill right back up. You can see like a lot of buyers right there. But when I say buyers, it's likely people just filling the short orders, filling the shorts, so to speak. And so, you know, you got to be careful that it just doesn't just like rip right back up. We're nearing the low of the day. The low of the day is 40.28. We're on the lower band of the VWAP there too, as you can see. I wonder if I could actually set that up here on this. Do I get an upper band here? Doesn't look like it. I get what I get, and I don't throw a fit. All right, we got a doji at the bottom there. Whoa. Oh, it's because I'm on a 5-minute chart. Switch to the 1. That's a 3. We just get a new 3-minute candle. Negative 2.2 to negative 4.6. A lot of downward pressure now. It makes sense after such a really big run yesterday. Also today, I know we have a lot of financial reports that dropped today at 5:30. So if we jump to the economic, see right here, Thursday is going to reload on me because it always does. Thursday today, we had the jobless claims. We had domestic product first estimates. We had retail or real final sales first estimates, trade-in goods, durable goods orders, core capital goods orders, and the Chicago Fed Activity Index. We also get new home sales at 7 a.m. So new home sales previous was 602K. The forecast was 615K. The actual was 616K. So a little above the forecast. I would really love to actually see the housing market crash. Like, I actually wish that it maybe there is something, maybe you guys know, but maybe there is some way to actually like play the housing market as far as like contracts go, or like futures, or maybe not futures, but some other, instrument to be able to trade. But if maybe you guys know, I don't know of anything like that to be able to do that. What? The stream is frozen? You gotta be kidding me, dude. Okay, it's better now. That was weird. I went to go check on it too. I was like, let me check this on YouTube side. I checked it. I was just like this. It's just like stuck in like this, like sideways kind of pose. Like, check out my silhouette, yo. All right, let's jump back into the charts. All right, so we are getting a little bit of bounce there off of the lower band of the VWAP. So what I'm gonna want to see now is I'm gonna want to see the TTM switch to yellow. Not like how this one switched to yellow, because this one, like, I could kind of tell it wasn't gonna go much places. Remember that the 50 being below the 200, this is gonna give us a lot of downward pressure. But so long as it doesn't switch on the longer time frames, we should be okay for some more long action. However, in order for that to take place, we've got a lot of things that need to happen first. One of them being that we're going to need to see the red candle switch over to yellow. Okay. And right now, we're looking at red 8.9 to red 9.7 to red 10. So kind of getting some leveling off on that TTM. So we may get a yellow candle actually kind of soon. If we do, I should say when we do, because it's kind of inevitable. When we get a yellow candle, it may be a good opportunity to go long. I'm still going to be focused on scalping today. I don't think I'm going to be taking any swings. Just based off the movement, it doesn't look like a day that I really want to take swings. There is a decent enough range in each candle, which is kind of nice to be able to take scalps. 9.7 to 10.1 to 10.2 on the red side of the TTM. 9 is below the 12. Everything is in bearish pattern at the moment. Getting a little bit of a red-yellow move here. We'll try to go long off 33. See if we get a drop down to that. Into 33. Looking for a push up to, there we go. Got that quick one. Up 100, another 150 on that.
Order filled.
Join the bid here at 34 on the eval side. Looking to get out of 34.75.
Order filled.
Which we did get. That's also in our 100K account. So our 100K account is up $132 on the day. Not bad. We are about 25% of the way to earning funding in the 100K. We're up $524.60. You may see a little drop right here. I'm going to switch over to the 50K and jump over to 4 contracts, as we often like to trade. We have a possible crossover here of the 1226. When I'm looking at it, though, it's kind of it's pretty far away. It shows us at 41, and we're down at 35 on the 12. So that's like $6 away. Now let's see it on the new candle. New candle still 35 here, but the 26 dropped down to 40 from 41. So that's nice. 9.8 to 9.3 to 8.5 on the TTM towards the upside. So that's looking decent. Join the bid right here. In at 35 and a half. I'm looking to get out at 36 and a quarter. All right, we did get that. We're up $600 now off of 4 trades in the paper side. On the eval side, we did make 132 on the 100K account. I'm trying to go slow today because today seems like a day that I want to just be very methodical. I don't want to be jumping into trades super fast. I want to be very methodical today. 9.8 to 9.3. Well, it's 9.2 really, to 8.2 to 7.2. So we're moving on TTM pretty good at about 1 point each. Do have some selling pressure coming in. I kind of want to see the 9 get above the 12 now, just to confirm this move. toward the upside, because we still may get a failure here and a push back down. So I want to see this 9 EMA cross above this 12 EMA in order to confirm the upward move. If that happens, I'll be willing to take a little bit more of a swing, maybe something like 5 ticks or something like that. Not a much bigger swing, but something slightly larger. Because the TTM does have pretty good momentum. And so if we can just get the 9 above the 12, that'll help confirm that that momentum. And it'll just drive a lot more buyers, and it'll just drive a lot more up faster. As far as the crossover inbound goes, this has dropped down to about 40, which is about the same. And this is still about 35, about the same. But they are slightly closer together. New candle looking like, so we went from 8.2 to 7.5 to 6.5 on the TTM. So we're still stacking at a rate of about 1. I'm gonna zoom in hyper close here. The 9 EMA is at 34.80 and the 12 is at, so they're about 50 cents apart. So we probably need 2 candles from now in order to get that confirmation, if we get it at all. So as you can see, the possible crossover message went away. 7.5 to 6.9 to 6.4. So some of that momentum coming out of the TTM. That doesn't mean that this move is done, but what it does mean is that I would hope for a 3-minute pullback right here, and then a continuation off of that. But I do want to see this 9 get above the 12 in order to really confirm this TTM move. If that 9 doesn't get above the 12, then there's a high likelihood that what will happen will look just like this right here, right back here, where we saw this this red yellow ran for a few minutes, ran up slightly, and then we got a big drop. And so I don't want to see that necessarily again, but it's okay if we do. But I just, like, for going long, I just want to confirm it with the moving averages, which I can't do just yet. Like I said, I want to see a 3-minute pullback. This does have this big up wick. Does indicate some buying pressure. 6.9 to 6.3 to now 5.5. So we are still getting movement on the TTM as well toward the upside. What was that? 6.9 to 6.3 is a movement of 0.6 to 5.9. It's a movement of 0.4. Kind of finding some support here, potentially above 30. How you guys doing so far? It always fixes itself the second I type. Tiny, maybe we need to have you be like that. You just type in and it sends through a magical code throughout all of the internets and all the matrix and all the lands, and it's just like fix Joel's stream. Like, stop all whatever is causing these like lag or pause issues, having me be like just like pause and some dumb face. All right, let's see. 6.9 to 6.3 to 6.0 to 5.4, 5.5. So still moving upward, but not by much, and honestly kind of losing its momentum. If it loses that momentum, we may see a move back down towards the lower band of the VWAP, which it kind of looks like it might do. I could be wrong. It could keep popping up. But right now I see that the 9 and the 12 are both pointed downward, like the angle at which the moving average is showing downward. And basically everything is showing a downward point to it. That doesn't mean it's going to stay that way. It just it's like a very, very, very minute way of looking at a moving average. It's mildly inconsequential. I don't put huge emphasis on it, but sometimes it does tell me which direction things are going to go. So it's not a strategy. It's an observation. 6.0 to 5.35 to 5.5. Let's see. 6.07 to 5.55 to 4.75 to 3.4. Okay, so we are getting this pop. This does look like it's more confirmed. The 9 is not above the 12 yet, but because we did get that kind of a larger move on the TTM there, I'm gonna join the bid here. I kind of joined the bid at the very height of this candle, unfortunately. And I'm gonna look for a move on the eval side. It's just ripping up. That's a big fat rip. And then a big dip. 5 seconds left in this candle. Dropping back down to 35. Possible crossover now. I'm going to switch this over to 6 ticks. And what's our move? 4.7 to 3.39 to 2.4. So looking good on the TTM. I think we need to maintain above 35 though. If the price action doesn't maintain above 35, I'm not in it. Not yet. Not for long. Anyway, when I say long, not for a upside move. Sometimes those words can get kind of confusing. All right. In at 34 and a quarter, and I'm looking for a move up to 35 and a half. 3.8 to 2.3 to 1.5 on the TTM, down in this trade slightly, down 300 really in this trade. It's not really slight, but pulling all the way back to the 31 area, 2.3 to 1.4. We still have stacking on that TTM, which is why I'm still in this trade. Again, the 9 really does need to get above that 12 in order to really confirm the move. I'm in at 34 and a quarter on this. Jumping over to the evaluation side. We got that doji on that one. 2.3 to 1.3 to 0.6. Kind of struggling here. Our exit is right up there at the 26, actually just right below it. 1.3 to 0.7, that's a move of 0.6. Oh, we have 15 seconds left in this candle. I probably need to cut this trade, but I do think that this trade will work out. Just not yet. Of course, we could continue to just drop if this science switch doesn't go through. I can tell you that the 9 has not gotten near where it's supposed to be. We need buyers to step in on this candle specifically. Can't be past this candle. Let's see. We're past the top of the hour, past 8 o'clock. 3-minute chart is still pulling in reds on the TTM. 10.4 to 12 to 12.6. Our next one's going to be, okay, so we did get that trade. There's that pop. This is what we're looking for. Damn. That was what I was hoping to get on the eval side, but it took a really long time. Like, it took three or 4 minutes longer than I expected it to. So watch out for a pullback here. 9 is above the 12. I'm not going to join the bid just yet because of this EMA 35. Like I said, I'm being very methodical. I'm probably being overly cautious today, and I think I need to be. So I don't hate it. Okay, that possible crossover is back on the table. Now it's saying that we got a possible 5,200 cross. If we get a 5,200 cross, then we're golden, man. We're gonna have probably another bullish day. I'm gonna join the bid here on the paper side, and then I'm gonna take a look at the 3-minute chart. So I really want to see what's happening in regards to the TTM. So TTM is switching from a red to yellow, so that gives us confirmation of some upward move. Trying to read the chart as fast as I can before it just runs away and gets away with me. Let's see. We're going from 12.1 to 11.2. That's pretty decent on the upside. So let's get zoomed back in here. And then where are we at? We're at 40.40, running up to resistance there on the 50 moving average. Going to jump to the eval side. And damn, I was about to join the bid there too.
Order filled.
We're in a 41.75. We're trying to get out of
Order
42.50. There we go. We got that really fast. Up 132 on the day. That puts us up over $1,000 on our 50K account. So that's nice. Obviously, there was huge opportunity in these 3 moves here. But I just was really looking for this confirmation as well as this confirmation on the TTM. Now we're getting pulled back to about 40.5. I was gonna try and take one out there off of 40. Let's try and take it up 40.75. Not gonna happen. Gonna join the bid in at 41, and I'm looking for a move up to 42.50. Gonna drop this down to just 41.25 and just get out with a little bit of micro profit if possible. I was worried about a pullback to the 50 EMA, and it looks like that's what's happening. Got some sellers coming in. 1.4 to 2.8 to 3.4 on the TTM. So we moved up 1.4. Now we're moving up, 0.5. So that's a pretty reasonable loss of momentum there. There you go. Made that little $15 or $50. Up 1,700 in the sim. Up 132.08 in the 50K, and we're up something in the 100K. I think it was 6628 times 2, so 132.56. Good day so far. I'm proud of my trading simply because I'm following my rules and I'm following my strategy really well. And I'm not getting FOMO nearly as much. Look sideways on the 3-minute chart. I think the 3-minute chart is kind of building up actually. it is hard to make decisions sometimes. You are not wrong. This is actually like really really challenging. Um, I think that's what's so great about the particular strategy that I've developed here is that there's actually less decision making involved than you might think. And I like that. That's what I wanted. I wanted something that was so simplistic, and like my strategy may seem complicated, but it's really not. Basically, I'm waiting for the red to switch to yellow, and when this happens, I'm going long. Like that's number one. Like, and I usually just take a scalp on it, 3 ticks, something like that, because I have a extremely high likelihood, like a 97% chance. I don't know if that's a real number, I just made it up, but it feels like it's that because I've almost never lost on that particular trade. I have lost before, but it's so rare that I would ever lose on this particular move. It's where the red switches to the yellow, the very first or the very second yellow candle. Sometimes the second candle is worse. The second yellow candle is safer than the first red candle. I do have a higher accuracy rating on the second yellow candle, but I pretty much go long and I take like a very small number, like 3 ticks, like maybe sometimes 2 ticks. But my likelihood of getting an upward move on that is really high, and so that right there basically makes the decision for me. The next move in the strategy is, so we got that red to yellow. Now the next thing we want to see is the yellow get above, or the 9 EMA get above the 12 EMA. And that's the next move. After that, it's the 1226 crossover, and or the cyan switch on the TTM. So when the TTM switches from yellow to cyan, we typically get a big move like this. And so and then that's kind of it. Like, I mean, that's kind of the whole strategy. I'm just waiting for colors to change. Like once it changes colors, I hit buy. And that's kind of my strategy. It's pretty simple, but it works. You know, you can see we're up 1,700 on the day. We haven't taken a loss, which is very nice. Pretty happy about that. Where are we at in terms of contract fees? Let's find out. 156.96 minus our 1,700. So we're up 15.43 on the day in the Papier account. We're getting some, actually a lot of sell-off here. We sold all the way back down to the 32 support. So this was like support right here. I'm going to put it right there. So this acted as support, which is, yeah, pretty much right at 32. This acted as support throughout this whole pullback here. Pulled back on that 3-minute candle, bounced here a bunch of times, pulled back again, and then bounced and ripped. And this ripped, by the way, from 32 all the way up to 42. So this is like a 40-tick rip off of in 3 minutes. That's a really, really big rip. We are getting some cooling off on the TTM. 9 is below 12. I'm inclined to think that this is potentially a bearish move, another bearish move inbound. Gonna take a look at the 3 and the 5. So we'll start with the 5 because that's the one I clicked by accident. On the 5-minute chart, the 50 is still above the 200. And we did get a red yellow on the 5-minute chart. Went from 11.0 to 10.7 to 9.3. And now we're at red 9.5. So at 8:25, which is in 1 minute. So this has a chance to end yellow. This particular 5-minute candle has a chance to end yellow on the TTM. If it doesn't, we may see a little bit more pullback. If it does, we may have more opportunity for it to continue stacking back up. But in order to really confirm more bullish movement on the day, we're likely going to need some of the longer time frames to pop up. Right now, the S&P is flat on the day. It's up 0.02%. So it's basically flat on the day. And even on this candle, it's hit flat a couple of times. On the TTM3, we're getting a switch from red to yellow. We went from 12.1 to 11.2 to 10.7. Sorry. 12.1 to 11.2 to 11.07 to 10.84. And now we're dropping back down to 11.2. So it's kind of looking to me like a little bit more opportunity to the short side, or a potential double bottom right here, like there, and then a bounce off that. Either way, we're gonna take a brief moment and just kind of sit back a little bit. Yeah, guys, if you guys are trying to earn funding in the futures market, make sure you check out Elite Traded Funding. These guys are awesome. I love them. I love their customer support. They answer me quickly. They have a very active Discord community that is willing to help each other, which is really cool. A lot of respect being shown in that group, which I really like and appreciate. But you can earn funding as low as $10,000 and as high as 300 grand. So you literally could trade with the equity of an entire household, or an entire house, I should say. And this allows you a whopping 30 contracts on the mini. Personally, I am working on the 50K evaluation, which allows me 8 contracts in the mini and 80 micros with a profit target of 3,000 and a trailing max drawdown of 2,000. I wish they would write the word trailing right here. They do specify it in like the details and everything like that. I just wish that they would write it right here. But it is a trailing max drawdown of $2,000. There is also a link in the description, guys, that you can use, as well as a promo code JSBEST to actually lock in a lifetime discount. I'm working on the 50K eval on the one step, and then I'm working on the 100K static drawdown evaluation, which is a $2,000 profit target with a 625 static drawdown, which means that if you lose more than 625 from your original 100K, you're out. This one is super simple to understand. There's no trailing, nothing like that to understand. It's just straight up. You start off with 100 grand. If you lose 625, you're out. If you don't, if you lose 624, you're still in. And so it's just, I think it's a really simple plan. Then there's also the fast tracks. These ones are a little bit more, I typically recommend these for people who really have a very strong understanding of their strategy, because these do have a time limit on them. And then there's the more traditional style that you'll find at most prop firms, which is the end of the day drawdowns. Make sure you guys check these guys out. Okay, if you guys want to earn money in the futures market, check these guys out, because you will. I think you'll be impressed. They allow you to choose from a lot of different softwares, which I found is not very common. And I think that's incredibly important to be able to offer people a variety of software, so that you can find a software that actually works for you. So make sure you guys check them out. In the description, promo code JSBEST. We're up 1,700 on the day in the trail, or in the paper side, and we're up about 132 in each evaluation on the day. Oh, weird. Maybe on demand doesn't allow you to trade futures because I don't know. Because it's in the future, maybe. No idea. Practicing going or doing trigger bracket orders on demand to see how they work. Yeah, like I love the trigger orders, the bracket orders. You see me trade with these every single day on every single trade. I have them in my setup in my evaluation. We are getting a bounce, like we talked about, sort of like an ABCD pattern down here at the bottom. Moved from 11.06 to 10.84 to 10.25 to 9.0 on the TTM3. So that's looking nice and strong for a pretty good bounce. Bounce potential inbound on the TTM3. TTM3, a 1226 crossover would make a major difference. We have a possible 1226 on the 1 minute chart. We did just get a red to yellow after this drop off here. Watch out for resistance along the EMA 35 and the EMA 50. 9's above 12. Just got a 1226 cross, and we are moving from 1.7 red, 1.5 yellow to 1.2 yellow. Kind of low momentum. So I'm going to drop this down to like, I think 3 ticks looks reasonable. And we're going to try and get in here at 39. Moved a little bit past me. That would have been the trade right there. Got the entry off 39. Got the exit there on the way to 40. Gonna jump to the evaluation side, and I'm gonna pull this back a little bit so you can kind of see where our top was there. Our top here was at 42.25.
Order filled.
Joined the bid off 40,
filled.
got out at 40.75 in our 50K account, so we're up 264.16 there. We're up 1148 in the account itself. So really close to our 3K amount, almost on the way there. Our trailing is at perfect number, and our 100K is at 524. So I may look to take some more trades on this one. Nice bounces off of 40-40. Watch out for resistance at that 42 area. TTM looking like 1.5 to 0.8 to 0.2. Call it 0.3. Now getting a cyan switch with a candle pullback. This could act as a 1 minute pullback. Kind of looks like it might, because 9's above 12. We're crossing above the 35 potentially. Yeah, so I'm gonna look for an entry right here off of 39.50. Maybe could have got a better entry. I don't know. Looking to exit at 41.
Order filled.
Joined the bid at 39 on my evaluation side in the 100K account, and I'm looking to get out at 39.75. It is pulling back some. 15 seconds left in this candle. That's more of a pullback than I want to see. I may have to cut this down 150, 125 in this trade. I'm looking for this just to pop back up towards 40. That was a hefty pullback. Not what I was expecting. We did pull back up, so that's good. We're currently flat in the trade. Our entry was 39. I'm looking to get it at 39.75. Getting a little nervous in the trade here. So I'm just going to cut it right there.
Order filled.
I got out with a quarter in profit, just one tick. But we're up 148.12 on the day. Probably could have got out at 39.50, but I would have need to have dragged my my sell order down a tick, and I didn't want to do that. So I didn't want it to drop in that length of time, which is why I just hit the close button and took the 1 tick instead of the 2 ticks. The 2 ticks would have given me 40 some odd, or like $41 or something. 32 actually after the fees. But yeah, we're up 540 in our eval side. Getting a pullback on this 50, but I don't hate this move. Our entry, we took an entry at 39.50 on the paper side. So not a very good entry there. We certainly could have gotten this pullback. But I answered when this candle was in pull. In pullback. I don't know. Sometimes I just shorten things and this is weird. Did I get a cyan switch here? That was weird to get this little like red candle here before this pop. It's not often I ever see a red go straight into a cyan. It's very uncommon. I'm gonna drop this down to like 2 ticks. It's just at 40.40. I'm gonna drop it. Nah, there we go. Okay, we're up 19.50. I just I wanted to get out of that trade just because we were in it for so long and to pull back so far. So just wanted to take the profit and go. We do have some resistance here. I'm gonna mark it. I'm gonna put that resistance right there at 40.40 and a half. 0.6 to 1.5 on the TTM1. It's looking nice and strong. It does say we have 5,200 crossover inbound, but that crossover, looking at it from where it's at currently, that crossover is a long way out because the 200 is at $48 and the 50 is at $38. It's kind of hard to see sometimes. So that's a $10 move that essentially needs to gap fill, and not only gap fill but also continue. So 0.6 to 1.4 to 2.5 on the TTM1. I'm gonna switch over to the 3-minute chart and see what we got rocking here. So it says we have a possible 1226 crossover here. Not quite yet, but you can see the 9 is getting very close to being above the 12. If that happens, that does help confirm this move. 7.2 to 5.3 to 3.7 on the TTM3, looking really strong. I may go for like 12 ticks, actually. A little bit of a momentum move there. See if I can get in at 41. It might just run without me. Gonna cancel that and just join the bid. Got in at 41.75. I'm looking for a move up towards 45 now. Could be a little ambitious, but I don't care. This was a nice bounce off the 50 EMA. This is kind of its own strategy. I dropped this down to 42.50. I think we may see another pullback here. Obviously, we're in a pullback right now. It's always funny that my entry price seems to be the price that it pulls up to, so that I'm like just sitting flat. That always kind of drives me nuts. 5 seconds left in this candle, and we're on kind of a pullback here. More so than I want to see, but also not too terrible. 4.0 to 4.9 on the TTM1, pulling back to 40.40. What did this peak at? 42.67? Oh, 42.50 probably. I'm like reading the the side like it's like a real number. Boom, boom. 4.0 to 5.0 on the TTM1, pulling back to 39.75. Probably got to cut this trade. We're down 400 in it. We kind of hit a double top there, as you can see there and there. If we don't bounce on this candle, I gotta bail. Yeah, I'm out. Come on, let me out. Wow, I lost 900 on that. Like, so it just continued to drop, and I had hit the close button, and it dropped another 200 bucks from when I hit the close. So we were at 1950, now we're at 1050. It took a while for that to close. It's like had a delay on it because this much dropped at that time. So grateful though that it did not take a trade in the eval because I was considering it. I do wish that I had held this one through though. Kind of a bad L on that one. But it's all good. We're still green in every account today. By the way, thank you guys so much for the new subscribers. I really love and appreciate you guys. We do have an awesome Discord community. If you guys would like to check that out, it is free. There's a link in the description for that Discord community, but I'll also type a link out for you guys as well, where you can just click it and go there. But there is a link in the description as well. And on top of that, guys, we do have some awesome traders in there. And we talk about more than just trading. We talk about trading, entrepreneurship, philosophy. I do post my results in there every day. I'm not as active in there as I want to be. I'm pretty much active once or twice a day at this particular point in time. I am working on getting more active in there on a consistent basis. But I also I run this and I run several households as well. I have elderly people in my life that I'm constantly helping out as well. A lot of times with computer stuff, but it does take up a lot of my time. And so I'm trying to like balance a lot of that type of stuff. But we do have an awesome Discord community, and we have some amazing members in there. We're really focused on just kind of creating a family that uplifts people, whether that they're wanting to do an entrepreneurial pursuit or whether they're wanting to start a YouTube channel. We don't care about that type of quote unquote competition. It's all here. It's all love, and it's all for helping each other be uplifted. That's the whole goal of all this: uplift each other. I don't really believe in like I think first off, I think competition is good. Okay. I think that's incredibly important to know about me. I think competition is good. Competition is good for the market. I don't believe that saturation really exists in the creator economy. I think it's a fallacy, and I think that the concept of uh, of of saturation is more aligned around a particular product or a particular like affiliate product or something like that. I think that's where saturation comes from. And so, but in terms of saturation on the individual, not gonna happen, dude, because like it's all you, you know, like you are your own person. You yourself are not going to become saturated. So this did pop up. I guess I could have held through it, but who the hell knows like what's gonna happen when it's dropping like that, right? Pop back up. But yeah, guys, join our Discord community. We'd love to see you in there. Say what up too when you join in. Like say hello. You can be like, hey, I'm new to the community. My name is ... We just love to have you there. So really make a big difference to the community. I tried to join the bid there, but I guess I missed the button. Join the bid off 4250. Got out. Back up 1250 on the day. Whoa. All right, taking a look at our charts yet again. We have on the TTM3, 9 is above the 12. That's looking solid for upward move. As you can see, is happening right now. We're kind of ripping. Coming up, we're hitting resistance at the 50 EMA and the 200 SMA on the 3-minute chart. We're going to want to see the 1226 crossover happen, and then we're going to want to see the 5200 crossover happen. Watch out for a pullback, maybe down to about the EMA 35. If it doesn't pull back there and we just continue to rip, I mean, that's what's up. All right, so TTM looking like 2.7 to 0.6 to 1.1, or sorry, 1.4 on the cyan side. So this is looking really good for another move up. What is up with my chart? It's like zooming me out into like oblivion. Do-yo-yo. Do-yo-yo. Let's short at 42. I was looking for a move down to 41.50. Could be a mistake. There we go. Just scalping to the down. Up 13.50 after that loss of $900 from 1950. So we made back 300 of that. Yo, I gotta fix my price axis. Or my time axis. Yeah, I went to 532. That's such a weird Thinkorswim bug where it'll just like somehow, some way randomly edit my price axis, and it'll change it from, or my time axis, it'll change it from 255 is where I like it to be at, and it'll change it to 532, which essentially means like it's like that many candles like out. Like it's, I don't know why, because it basically like has me zoomed out, but I can see like 4 candles. Like it's like this, but like super zoomed out. It's like zoomed out this far, but I get like that much. Like, what am I supposed to do with that? But it's like some random like setting that Thinkorswim has some OCD about, like turning back on. Every time I turn it off, a couple days or sometimes even weeks goes by, or sometimes just minutes, and it switches back to 532. It's the weirdest thing. 5200 crossover inbound on the 1-minute chart in a ways. Probably another half hour, maybe on the top of the hour potentially, but I think that's a little too optimistic. Maybe it's probably going to be closer to about 9:15. It would be my guess. We do have a little bit of a double top happening right here. As you can see, bottom of that support. I meant to say resistance. Popping up yet again off 44. Took an entry off of 43.75. Just taking like 2 ticks at a time. I'm actually gonna drop this to, I don't know. I can tell I'm getting a little bit of decision fatigue, and when that starts to happen, I kind of like tend to pull back, just take some deep breaths. Probably need to get up and stretch, maybe do some push-ups or something, just to kind of like get the blood flowing. I think I'm gonna do that. There we go. Up, out of our chairs. Everybody do it. Everybody get up, out of your chairs. Get some stretching going on. Let me get these headphones off. Whew. All right. Woo. Some neck poppage there. Whoa. Losing my balance. Yeah, so let's go ahead and throw in some push-ups. Whew. Alrighty. My hair is a fright. There's a little fish braid thing going on here. Alrighty. Now that you've endured the exercise hour, sometimes I just got to. I feel a little weird, honestly, exercising on the internet. But getting fit with trading futures. Yeah, exactly. All right, let's jump back into the chart. So the chart did pull back like we thought it would. Pull back to the 12 EMA, and probably gonna pull back a little bit more. We might get a bounce off the 50 if it does pull back that far. 50 is down at 39.84, so call it like 40. So we'll be looking for 40 to be support. There's that time axis thing again. Watch, but my time axis is not set at the 255 that we set it up at. Nope, it's back up at 516. Such a weird bug. And it just happens randomly, and then it'll just troll me for like a couple of days, and then it'll stop. Nice bounce there off of 41 and a half, or 40, 50. I'm going to call it 41. There's a pretty nice bounce off of 41 up to 43. So now we're just kind of waiting for a breakthrough the volume weighted average price. You can see the TTM kind of ended up going sideways. Let's take a look at the 3-minute chart, because this will help us determine how accumulation is happening, because we're clearly in an accumulation phase right now. So we're seeing 0.6 switching over to cyan at 1.4 to 3.37 on that pullback to 4.6 on the current, and we'll have a new candle in just about 20 seconds. So on this pullback, we went from 3.3 to 4.7. You can see as far as the buyers go, we did have mostly buyers on this one, pretty much all sellers on this guy here, and we're kind of 50-50 on the current candle. We did just get a green dot there. I'm actually just going to take a long 3-minute chart. 3.37 to 4.8 to 5.4 on the TTM3. I took that long because of that green dot, but I might regret it. We're in at 42.75 and we dropped down 3 ticks so far. So that's our new candle. 4.8 to 5.3. So it's a half a point move toward the upside potentially. Taking a look at the 5-minute chart, we had kind of this petering out right here. So we went from 9.7 to 9.8 to 8.5, 7.9, now 6.9. So we're moving. Oh, and we got a new 5-minute candle just now. So 6.9 to 5.7. Yep, 6.9 to 5.6, 5.7 on the current candle. So we do have a possible crossover inbound on the 5-minute chart as well. This is pulling back a lot, more so than I could have expected, really. Gotta cut this one again. That's a big fat loss. Another 750 loss. Pulling us down to $750 on the day in profit. Still green, but yikes. Peak of the day is 1950. That means we've lost 1,200. And we've gained 750. We've also gained a lot of fees. We've taken 16 trades, 64, adding in our trade amount and subtracting our profit. So we're up 471 on the day in paper. We're doing better on the evaluation side. We're up 148.12 in the 100K. This looks like a potential drop here. Movement of 1.7 down to 1.3, down to 0.8. I'll take a short off that. There we go, made back 100. By the way, when we take a forward contract trade, like a scalp or something like that, we're taking $17.44 in fees. We're making 100 in gross, so we're netting 82.56. EMA 50 is at 40.40, and the 200 is at 47.80. So they're about $8 apart now, as opposed to the $10 that they were earlier. Like I said, my guess was around 9.15, 9.30-ish area. Getting a little pop up here. May take a long off 43.50. You can get an entry there. Entered at 43.50 and exited at 44. It exited this basically the exact same time I entered. So it was just kind of an instant trade. Let's see. 1.2 to 1.3 on the TTM cyan side. 9 is still above 12. The 26 is well above the 35, but the 35 also crossed above the 50. So we do still have more potential for upward move. Take a look at the 3. By the way, if y'all still chilling with us or if you're hanging out, make sure you like and subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Really, what's happening is we're consolidating this area, but running into resistance at the 200 SMA on the 3-minute chart. So that's what's actually going on. So 4.8 to 5.2 to 5.7, moving up at about a half a point. We're going to be looking for this breakout over 44.25, really over for like 45, because that's where that 200 simple moving average is. Join the bid here at 44. Again, taking a longer time frame. trade, and those don't typically work out for me as well as I would like them to be, just because I can't read the candles nearly as accurately. Back up at 1050 on the day. So this is where we're at after our first initial loss. TTM now looking like 1.3 to 1.4, and then a little bit of a sell-off yet again, or at least a cooling candle. I think this is just going to trend sideways for a while until we get a breakout towards the upside. I do think it'll be an upside breakout, though. The question is when. This 5-minute is a pretty good indicator that the 9 is now above the 12. We're approaching a 1226 crossover, which is my guess at 9:15 at the latest, which means we may get this at like 9:10. So I see a lot of potential in this. I am actually going to go for 12 ticks, and then I'm going to see about an entry off of 44 area. Really just zoom right past me? Are you kidding me? Like, my order was there before it even moved. I guess we'll take a different entry. And we got some crappy entry at like 46. But I still think it'll be worthwhile. Out for a little rejection here on the view app. I think that we'll see 50 soon. The 200 is at 47.5, so time left. There's 20 seconds left in this candle. We've been green for 1, 2, 3, doji 1, 2. Tried to enter there on the eval side, didn't get the entry. New candle. Watch out for rejection at the 200, and maybe a pullback towards VWAP. Gonna take this trade off. Back up 1400 on the day. We've got this possible crossover the 5200 inbound. Watch out for resistance up there at that 200 SMA though. Let's jump to the 3-minute chart. 3-minute getting a nice build up here. There's our 49. We guess we could have held through that trade, made another $200, but EMA 3-minute chart. This is why I was saying that we're in a period of accumulation, even though it was like stacking. So it's stacking up on the TTM, even though the chart was going down. 5.8 to 7.1. So the one thing I really like about the TTM that order flow doesn't really show me all that much is it kind of helps me gauge an understanding. Now, it's not exact and it's not like a real number or anything, but it does kind of help me gauge an understanding of how many people actually ended up holding their contract as like through the trade. It's definitely not exact. I would love to have something that is a little bit more exact than that, or actually a lot bit more exact than that. I'd love it to be like 75%, but of those 75%, 40% sold. So that means, we've got whatever that remainder is. If it was 1,000 contracts traded and 75% bought, that's 750 contracts and 250 sells. And then, if like 40% of 750 held, then it would just give us like an additional number. So, like 300 contracts that held or something.
But it was just, you know, be kind of an interesting metric or interesting indicator. Gonna pull back now to about 48. Putting this at 4 ticks and joining the bid off 47.50, or setting a limit order there rather. Tab my entry but didn't enter. Sitting join the bid. It entered me at 47 3/4, and I'm looking to get out at 48. Some change. Down 3 ticks in this. Didn't we take a trade here? Oh no, we attempted to, but it didn't fill. Getting resistance on that 200 SMA. Still gonna get out of this with a micro profit. I don't know if it's gonna happen. We had like a very brief opportunity to do it. .12 to 3.2. Yeah, momentum slowing down too much. Got out with that micro profit. Up 14.50 on the day. Our peak of the day was up 19.50. All right, so we got a ways for this 5200 crossover to work out. It's currently 906, and that gap is pretty large. This is at 42.25, and this is at 47.5. We have a ways to go, not just in dollar amount, but also in time, because these have to have time to converge. Pushing up towards 50. You may just break and rip right through 50. Try to enter at 49. Missed the entry. Popping up through 50 now. I'm expecting some people to take some profit here at 50. It was a very nice bounce off the 200 from 47 up to 50, so 12 ticks. Expecting some profit taking there on 50. I certainly wish I could like take every move that I see. Like, I think that's something that I personally deal with as like almost like a FOMO. I'm like, I really wish I could take every move that I see coming through, but it's just not every one of them. Like, I have the necessarily like the reaction speed or the exact like confidence in it that I need in order to take it. We're back up 1600 on the paper side. We haven't taken any additional trades in the evaluation in a while. But all-time high is 48.08 back in Jan 3rd, 22. Could come close before heading down again for a while, with the occasional pullbacks up. Totally not for sure though. Yeah. I honestly just think that like I don't know. I kind of felt like the economy was beginning to be propped up like a while ago, like long before COVID. Like I kind of started feeling like there was like a prop up beginning to happen in the economy at like 2018, 2019. Um like before COVID happened, and then like after COVID happened, we just got this like crazy run up. And basically, like to me, like I was like, okay, well, if they're gonna if the government is gonna drop a crap load of stimulus checks. I mean, I remember back in 2020 being on camera on another streamer's channel saying, hey, with all these stimulus checks, expect inflation and expect crazy inflation. And I do remember people just like were so pumped. Like there's whole channels now that are dedicated that are just like, when's your next check coming? When's the government gonna slip you a few more dollars? When's daddy government gonna pay some bills for you? And it's kind of like, every single time that happens, inflation happens, right? Like I can't I can't be I don't know. It's difficult for me to support it because I know how it affects the economy and everyday people downstream. It's like, yeah, I get, $1,400, but I'm gonna pay $16,000 in interest and inflation fees for all that. I don't want that deal. Kind of a bad deal. I mean, it's like a super bad deal. So but when they did, created a massive like spike in the stock market. So this was like kind of a textbook 1 minute pullback rip. I was really wanting to take a move through 50 in the eval side, but I was really hesitant because of how much we chopped in this area. Because we chopped on this candle, we chopped on that pullback, and before this one actually popped, it was chopping out. So it was a chop before the pop. I just went short there off 54 and a quarter. And I was just looking for like a small little move down. It's because we were kind of getting like that doji near the top. And it was a little bit red. So we did make that. We're back up at 1700 on the day. Definitely moved heavily into bullish territory. So the bearish didn't last. The 5200 is well on its way to crossing over. And so we may actually see the upper band of this VWAP today. 4068 being the high on the day. Watch out for resistance at here, which is 4058. You see hit resistance on each of these zones. We're just ripping up. Rippity rip. 5.0 to 5.7 to 6.0 to 6.6. Still a lot of momentum build on the TTM. A little bit of flag there, reaching upward. Double top here at 55.75 on this particular candle. Trying to get my chart right, but the candles are kind of at a weird angle right now. What's up with the volume? 26, 15, 25, 47, 39, 27, 23. So volume kind of dying off a little bit. Makes sense. It is lunchtime on the East Coast. Went short off of 52.50, and I was looking for a move down just 52. Why didn't that fill? Okay, there it is. Seller stepping in at 3,600. I kind of felt like this was a short op. Turned out to be a bigger short op than I expected. Short at 51.50. Out at 51. Up 1,900 on the day in the paper account. Taking just micro scalps. Very small scalps. I guess I could have taken this in the eval side, but I was unsure of it, which is why I took it on the paper side. Like on the eval side, I only want to take trades I'm really sure of. This does look like it's a pretty heavy sell-off. 6.4 down to 5.5. That's pretty strong momentum to the downside. May see a little pop here, and then more downward move. So I may look for 4 ticks to the down. Now entry, I'm gonna short off of 51.25. Got the entry. I'm looking for a move down to 50. Got that. Up 2,100 on the day. Broke our peak of the day. That was a really, really good move. Actually, I picked a really good entry, which was just right at the 9 EMA, and just went short right off the 9 EMA. That was really well executed. Pretty happy with that. I was about to take a short off that, and I canceled it right before it filled, and I'm grateful that I did, because I felt like it might pop up because it kind of lagged down there at the bottom, and so I was like, yeah, I don't know. It certainly would have filled, but my entry would have been 50.75, which is right where it's at now. I was waiting for it to 50.75, move down to 50, so it looks like the trade would have worked out. But it's just kind of sketchy. We are getting the cooling on the TTM, which does indicate, go short. 5.5 to 4.7 to 3.9, moving at about 0.8 to the downside. For continued downward move, this honestly looks like a little bit of head and shoulders kind of forming here. It is forming just above the 200. We may see move down to the 200, which is down there at 47. But right now, 50 is going to be the area to act as support and resistance. So, by the way, if y'all chilling, y'all hanging out, make sure you like and subscribe and ring that bell for notifications, guys. It does really help the channel grow, helps the whole community grow. We do have a pretty large amount of people watching today. So again, guys, make sure you like and subscribe. Also, join that Discord community so that we can have, even more awesome minds to be able to communicate with. We're up 2,100 in the paper account. We're up on the evaluation side. In the 100K account, we're up 148. And on the 50K account, we're up 264. And currently, we're kind of getting some falling over on the chart, almost like a head and shoulders pattern. You can see right there is a head, shoulder 1, shoulder 2. As we're currently on shoulder 2 right now. May turn into an ABCD pattern though. Look at that support along this zone right here at 49.50/50. So a lot of support coming in right there. We're almost at the 5200 crossover that we've been waiting for. Like I said, sometime like 9:15 to 9:30. So, and these are currently at 46 and 47.25. So these are about $1.25 apart, which is maybe 1 to 2 candles. We get this crossover, the higher likelihood that will continue to push upward. As it stands right now, we're kind of riding support along that 50 zone. No trades right now for me. You could take some like 2-tick scalps, but not really trying to do that at the moment. 40.50 acting as resistance / support at the moment. Let's see. 3.14 to 2.2 to 1.6 on the TTM on a cooling side. May start to get some pop up here. It's kind of looking decent. Like I said, this may turn into an ABCD pattern, which means we would get a little pop up here, probably to like 52, and then a pullback again, and then another pop. One of the bid right here, going long off of 50.5, and I'm looking to get out of 51. There we go, we got that. So another $100, up 2,200 on the day now in gross. So I said a move up to about 52. We're right there at 52. We may pull back off of this. There's that pullback off of 52. And like I said, this may turn into an ABCD pattern. There's 52.25. We do have room up to like 53.5, so we'll just see what kind of momentum we get. So I can see us having a pullback down to 50. Where are we at now? 51. Put this at 4 ticks, and didn't work. There we go. Going short off 51. Trying to see if I can get an entry there. We did get an entry. I'm looking for a move down to 50. Depends on whether or not we hold this zone. Gonna cut it and take that profit. Made $50. It dropped down 3 ticks, not 4. There's the drop. Took the profit, but a few seconds too early. So there's that drop down to 50. Some of the reasons, guys, why I'm taking this in my paper trading and not in my evaluation is because a few of the strategies that I'm using right now to scalp are somewhat experimental to me. So they're not my normal strategy. My normal strategy being the TTM with the moving averages and all that type of thing. And if you guys hang out here, I do take time to explain those pretty much daily. But yeah, so right now, like not necessarily taking anything in the evaluation until I see my setup, like my one that I'm really most sure about. But I am taking some scout practice in the paper at the moment as well. So I jump back and forth. If y'all are new here, also, guys, if you would like to earn funding in the futures market, be sure to check out Elite Trader Funding. Okay, these guys are awesome, wonderful customer service. They allow you to choose between a lot of different softwares, which I've found is a very rare feature of Elite Trader Funding. Most prop firms don't. They're like, here's your software, and that's that. So these guys allow you to choose a lot of different softwares, and they cover the license key on it. That's very important. But you can earn funding as low as 10K, as high as $300,000. Personally, I'm working on the 50K evaluation in the one step, and I'm working on the 100K static drawdown evaluation. These are really cool. They offer more plan types than anybody I've seen. There is a link in the description and a promo code JSBEST that can lock in a lifetime discount for you. Just make sure whichever type of evaluation you decide to choose, make sure you click the see more details link that's listed in every single one of them, and it'll explain everything you need to do in order to earn funding in each of those evals. The fast track evaluations, I only really recommend this if you have a really solid strategy. And the reason why is because it has a time limit on it. None of the other ones have a time limit. It's just the fast tracks. So that's just something to consider. So yeah, guys, check these guys out if you want to earn funding in the futures market. In my opinion, they're one of the best in the biz. And I've been using them for a while. I'm really happy with them so far. We are getting a blue to red on the TTM. So we may get some continued downward moves, although it's continuing to hold support around that 40-50 zone. So I still kind of stand by somewhat that ABCD pattern that I spoke about. And I say that because we do have the A, we have the B. This is kind of forming the C area here. And then we may have, after all this, then the D formation as well. So A, B, C, D. And then the D, so it's kind of that W shape. The D has potential to run up to about 54 and potentially past this. Alrighty. 0.5 to 1.1 to 1.6 to 2.0 on the red side. We did just get a 26-12 crossover toward the downside, plus with the TTM candles. We may take a very tiny short. I'm looking for a move down to the EMA 35. We did get that short. There's that move down to the EMA 35. Whoops. I was actually going to take that in the eval, but it moved too fast for me. Now it's just kind of stalled there. We did just get a 5200 crossover. So this short-term action, or this downward action right now, I think is going to be pretty short-term. With this 5200 cross, I think we have far more opportunity toward the upside, honestly. And there's that 5200 cross, which you said would happen around 9:30. So watch for a pop potentially at 9:30. And I'm looking for a red to yellow move now, and I think it might actually be a pretty large move. So because that's the case, I'm gonna look to get long, maybe here off like 49.50 if I can get that lucky. I don't think it's gonna happen. I'm just gonna join the bid. Then I'm going to jump to the eval side. Trying to join the bid here at 51.25. Trying to get out of 52. I'm in 4 contracts on the evaluation side. A little pullback on a yellow candle. 5200 cross here. 9 looks to be getting back above the 12. We're pulling back Pulling back more than I want to see. That entry's at 50-50 now. This one topped at 52.50. I think we have room up to 53. Put this at 52.50. We have a yellow candle. Coming up on 9:30. Hands over the cover button just in case we drop. 8 seconds left in this candle. 3, 2, 1. New candle. There's a drop. Down 400 in this trade now. That's not happy. Still gonna hold it at the moment. I definitely could have got a better entry. Should have waited for an entry at 40.50. I thought it was just gonna pop without me because we were getting that red yellow, and which is why I entered where I did. So I definitely should have waited for a better entry. And now we're kind of struggling here at 50. I do think that this will pop up, but taking my profit.
Order filled.
We made 2 ticks. I think this will continue to pop up. We're up 346.24 in the 50K evaluation. We have a drawdown of 1941, so we got a little bit of drawdown on that trade because it dropped down so far. Nine is now above 12. I do think that this has a lot of potential. I'm looking to get out here at 53.50. I'm going to zoom in on this and measure our TTM. 2.3 to 2.1 to 1.8 to 1.2. Now we're moving at about a half a point, 0.6 points or so. There's that move to 52.50.
Order
We
filled.
entered long at 52, and I'm looking to get out 52.75 on the evaluation side. I don't like that I'm seeing sellers come in. Nine is above 12, so that's working in our favor. I want to see that 12.26 crossover. I'm looking to just get out at 3 ticks. I may just go for 2. Come on, fill me. Fill. No. Big pullback on that one. I should have just hit the flatten button up there when we had a very slight profit. Come on. We have resistance at 52. There we go.
Order
We got
filled.
filled. That was a stressful one because it really did drop down like a lot. We're up 428.32 in the trade there. There's the rip. We also just got that trade on the paper side, as you guys heard. Now we're up 29.50 on the paper side. So almost 3,000 there. We're up 428.32 or so in the 50K. That was a stressful trade. I think I need to decompress a little bit on that. We're up 148.12 in the 100K. This is that ABCD pattern that I was talking about. So yeah, working out today, pretty decent. I kind of just want to hit 3K. I'm literally gonna take a trade just to see 3,000. Try 2 ticks. Drop down to a doji. There we go. 3,000! Yeah, 3,000! Huzzah! I probably could have kept it at the full like 2 tick, but all right. So up 3,000 in gross on the paper side. Pretty decent. Our trade strategies are working out really well today. So not giving back my gains. It's my gains. Totally understand. What I should have, would have, could have. Yeah. Yeah. So up 3K on the day in the paper side. We're up. Let me get my chart back up. Nice little pop there. We'll probably continue ripping up. Really, it was like we have kind of an ABCD pattern. Now it's gonna turn into like probably a U-shaped pattern. But this may continue to this may continue to form wave patterns here. What the hell was I just about to talk about? Oh yeah. The 5,200 crossover was the thing that really, in my opinion, solidified this move. So honestly, I could have just entered here and just held it, but sometimes there's just like too much stress involved in the fluctuation for me. So up 3K in the paper, up 428.32 in the 50K, and up 148.12 in the 100K. So everything's looking pretty good today. Pretty good trading so far. We did take a few losses, but we made all that money back and then some. So really good about, like, really grateful and happy about that. But yeah, y'all, make sure you guys join in our Discord community. All right, it's just joelstraight.com/Discord, but there's also a link in the description. I'm gonna go ahead and jump off here. I'm going to get some breakfast and all that other stuff. I haven't eaten breakfast yet. But yeah, I'm gonna take my 3K and I'm gonna just enjoy that 3K. And yeah, I understand it's paper and the rest is evaluation, but we're halfway through our 50K evaluation. We're pretty far into our 100K evaluation as well, about 30% or so. Maybe it's closer to 25 actually. But having said all that, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and jump off here. We have an amazing Discord community. I want you guys to join in on it. Okay. We have awesome topics. We have awesome conversations. When you join in there, say hello, introduce yourself, put yourself out there. Promise we're a place where we don't have that sort of like ego tripping going on. That's not what we got here. We just got people who are chill, hanging out, and everybody is interested in helping everybody else. Okay. So that's what our Discord community is all about. We talk about everything from entrepreneurship to philosophy to anything. So, but yeah, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down there. Thank you so much. Please like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Check out Elite Trader Funding if you want to earn some funding. Use the promo code JSBest and the link in the description to hook you up with that lifetime discount. And I'm gonna pop off here and I'm gonna post my results in the Discord community.
Thanks, you guys, so much. Peace. Love and appreciate y'all.